wala ng screen recording. Okay. Okay, so ang ating topic is all about tapping. Okay. Is it visible? Visible siya. Okay. Tapping. So, ang ating idea is when we say tapping, it is cutting internal threads in a hole with a cutting tool called tap. So, we will use what we call tap and dice. In a video presentations that I will share, so gagamit tayo ng 3 types of tap. Yung tap number 1, tap number 2, and tap number 3. So, syempre, tapping can be done kung meron na tayong existing or drilled holes. So, kung meron na tayong nagawang butas through the drill press or electric drill, so, pwede na tayong maggawa ng tap. So, ang purpose ng tap is para magkaroon ng thread, parang rethreading. So, it is performed by hand or under power with tapping attachment. Also, it is done immediately after drilling operation. So, meron tayong hand taps na tinatawag at saka machine taps. So, pag sinabing hand taps, it is a set of tapping tool containing tapper, plug, bottoming tap. So, a tap is a cutting tool used to cut internal threads. So, normally it is made up of high-speed steel. Okay, and then ito yung ating materials na ginagamit. We have the tap cutting edges, the tap wrenches, and the tap wrenches. So, if we will compare taps with drilling and countersinking, ito yung itsura. So, ang purpose ng drilling, syempre, initially is to create initial hole or the hole. And then, yung countersinking is the enlargement of the top side or the drilled hole wherein kailangan tayo makapag-form ng conical shape para mag-fit yung head ng ating screw. Yun yung purpose ng countersinking. In tapping naman, we create threads. So, as you can see, we have tap number 1, tap number 2, and tap number 3. So, what are the steps in creating a hand taps? As you can see in the picture, yan lang yung pinakasimpleng paraan para maintindihan natin kung ano yung tapping. So, the first one, we must select the correct size and top of the job for the job. So, syempre, kailangan alam natin yung size ng hole and then alam natin yung ating gagawing butas, kung gaano kalaki. Number 2, select the correct tap wrench for the size being used. Number 3, use acetylene cutting fluid. Number 4, place the tap in the hole and then apply equal down pressure, ikot-ikot lang pababa, and remove the tap, and then if the tap has entered squarely, remove it from the hole and restart. And then number 8, turn the tap clockwise 1/2 turn and then turn it backward about 1/4 of a turn to break the chip. So this must be done with a steady motion to avoid breaking the tap. So ito yung ating proseso. So, turn clockwise with light pressure paulit-ulit para magkaroon ng thread. And then, you will check the angle of the tap para ma-sure natin na tama yung ating procedures ng pagtatap at saka naka-align siya. Okay po? So, in order for us to truly understand what is tapping, I will share you a video presentation. May audio po ba? May audio? Meron. Okay, sige. You can interrupt me pagka walang audio.
Magandang buhay everyone! I am Shaina Pedrogas, together with Jana and Clarine, and we are here to present to you about hand tapping. But before we start, do you have any idea about hand tapping? cutting or its purpose? Okay, so even if some of you don't have any ideas, I want you to listen and pay some attention. So let me start by giving you some background information about the history of hand tapping. During the 18th and 19th centuries, metalworking taps, or also known as tapping, were frequently created by their users, especially if the user was proficient in toolmaking. Utilizing instruments like lugs and files for the shaping and the smithing of the hardening and tambouring. Screw threading, sometimes known as tapping, is a process that uses dies and taps. Some are shaping tools, while others are cutting tools. The female half of the mating pair or a nut is chopped or formed with a tap. The male half of the mating pair or a bolt is cut or formed using a die. Also, tapping refers to the use of a tap to cut or produce threads.
Alamin naman natin ngayon kung ano nga ba ang tapping. Tapping, the process of cutting a thread inside a hole so that the cap screw or bolt can be threaded the hole. Ang tapping ay ang pagbubutas kung saan gumagamit tayo ng tinatawag na tap o thread tap. Ano nga ba ang thread tap? Ang thread tap ay ang tools na mayroon ang tapping. So let me show you what are the parts of a thread tap. As you can see, we have a tongue, shank, body, then yung pinakadulo niya which is flute, heel, land, and cutting face. So sa body, yun yung ginagamit para makapag-cut sa loob ng butas. Meron tayong dalawang uri ng paggamit ng tapping. The first one is the hand tapping and the second one is the machine tapping. Ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa? Hand taps are usually 2 or 3 taps. Ito ay gawa sa alloy or carbon steel and nagkakaroon ng hugis na square sa pinakadulong bahagi ng tap. Hand taps are made in sets of 3. Meron tayong copper tap, the plug tap, and the bottom tap. The bottom taps ay nagkakaroon ng 1 to 2 chamfered threads around 18 degrees per side. Ito ay ginagamit sa pinakaunang part ng tapping which is nagpuproduce ng threads close to the bottom of blind holes. The second one is the plug tap. Ito naman ay nagkakaroon ng 3 to 5 with the 8 degrees per side. Mas malalim ito kumpara sa bottom taps. Then the last is the taper tap, which has a 7 to 10 threads at 5 degrees per side. And ito ang pinaka-finishing ng tapping. High-speed steel. Hindi ito katulad ng hand tap na mayroong square end. And ito ang mga thread taps using machine taps. Siyempre, bago maganap ang tapping, may mga bagay tayong kailangan gamitin. Center punch. Ito ay ginagamit to start a hole or pwede natin sabihin para makapag-mark ng point na susundan ng pagbubutas. Hand drill. Siyempre, dahil hand tapping ang gagamitin natin, we need to use is the hand drill. So, we need to drill the mark point to start a hole followed by a thread tap. Tap and die set. Ang tap and die set ay naglalaman ng mga sizes and types of thread taps and thread dies. But we need only one thread tap na may correct size sa drill bit. Thread dies. Ang thread dies ay ginagamit sa pagkakat ng thread. Ito ay yung kinakabit sa T-handle. Ang thread dies ay may 2 types. Meron tayong adjustable die and a solid die. And adjustable dies are used to cut internal right-hand threads. Ito ay adjustable para makapag-cut ng maliliit na thread. And sa solid dies naman ay ginagamit sa pagkakat ng internal threads at sa mga oversized na threads. T-handle. T-handle allows you to turn taps and help make screw threads. Karaniwang ginagamit naman dito ay ang adjustable tap handle para sa mga sizes ng thread dies. Fluid. Ang cutting fluid ang required is yung mas suitable. And remember, ipinagbabawal ang paggamit ng mga cutting oil sa brass and sa mga cast iron. Gloves. And syempre, hindi mawawala ang safety sa paggawa ng tapping. Kailangan natin gumamit ng gloves to protect our hands from risk.
And now, we will be discussing to you the working steps or process for hand tapping. First, we need to select the correct size and type of tap for a job, whether it is blind hole or through hole. Second, select the correct tap wrench for the size being used. And the next is, use a suitable cutting fluid because by using cutting fluid, we can lessen the possibility of overheating.
Then, place the top in the hole as near to vertical as possible. So, ilagay natin yung top sa butas at i-position natin nearly vertical para di ma-deform or masira yung ating bubutasan. Next is apply equal down pressure on both handles and turn the top clockwise for about 2 turns. So, yung i-apply nating pressure ay equal sa both sides ng handle para pantay yung pagbaba ng ating top. Sa pag-turn ng top, kailangan in clockwise direction and about 720 degrees or 2 turns. Then, remove the top wrench and check the top for squareness. Check at 2 position at 90 degrees to each other. So, sa pag-alis ng top wrench ay kailangan natin suriin ang top para sa squareness sa pagkakapantay nito. Kailangan din natin suriin sa dalawang side na 90 degrees sa bawat side ang top.
Next is, after nitong masukat ng 90 degree, maaari na natin isagawa ang pagbubutas. Sa pagtatap na ito ay dapat dahan-dahan dahil maaaring masira ang thread top. Kailangan nating lagyan ng konting cutting fluid, then gamit ang T-handle, dapat maayos and straight yung pagpupush pababa sa top. After itong mapush paikot, you need to know now is to pull back para matanggal yung mga excess na thread sa loob and para mas mapabilis at mapalalim ang butas. Makikita na effective ang paggamit ng cutting fluid dahil para mas mapapabilis at para hindi maganit ang pagbubutas. And remember again, don't take too much pressure. Rotate it nicely to avoid broken tops.
Hello guys! It's me, Clarine, and at this moment, we will talk about the tips for hand tapping the perfect hole. Threading a drilled hole may seem like a simple procedure, right? But plenty can go wrong if we don't take the proper precautions with using hand taps. So for now, I'm gonna share with you some tips to ensure a smooth and nice taps every time. So what are you waiting for? Let's start! Number 1. Know the drill. Store taps with their matching drill bits to ensure you use the right tap for a fastener. Holes that are too large can result in too shallow threads that can strip or fail to engage the fastener sufficiently. Otherwise, if the holes are also too small, it can bind the tap or chip by forcing it to remove too much materials. So it is really important that we are aware how to use conversions and tap or drill charts to calculate the correct hole size. Tip number 2. Stay sharp. Only hard, sharp hand taps can be counted on to perform a job correctly. It means use only high-speed steel taps from a respected manufacturer you trust. If meron kayong mga dull taps, I suggest replace it promptly because dull taps must work extra hard to cut threads into work pieces. This compounded work risks chipping the teeth or breaking off a tap inside the hole, and it's really a nightmare. So, stay sharp. Tip number 3. Be a straight shooter. To produce the most precise threading, take the time to ensure that the tap enters the hole perfectly straight. Because a straight start also helps reduce first friction and second possible breakage. The hole will try to force a misaligned tap to straighten as it moves along. So a good taps help assure a good start, and their long chambers follow more teeth to engage in the threading process, reducing stress on the tap. Tip number 4. Tops are brittle, so we need to handle with care. In order for tops and dies to cut, they must be harder than the materials they are cutting. This additional hardness also makes them brittle, meaning they can easily be broken. And that's something you want to avoid at all costs, right? So it is always preferable to use proper T-handles for tops rather than wrench or locking pliers. The latter two works in a pinch, but you must be careful because turning a top from one side only can put asymmetrical stress on the other side or on the other top, causing it to go off the center or break. But using T-handle, it will keep the force applied over the center of the top or die, and it maintains proper symmetry. Again, tip number 4, handle with care.
And again, this is our presentation for tapping. Thank you!
Grammarly has become such a lifesaver for me when writing papers because it's essentially like a digital writing assistant. Once you download it as a browser extension, it can provide writing feedback in real time. It has a word count feature to make sure you're meeting your paper requirements, and it allows you to set goals so you can customize your paper based on your audience. Upgrading to Grammarly Premium was one of the best decisions I've made. I write all my papers on Google Docs, so with Grammarly Premium, you can just tap on the little Grammarly Grammarly icon at the bottom of the document and review and apply all the feedback about your spelling, grammar, vocabulary choice, clarity, and tone. Grammarly is actually one of the most popular Chrome extensions. It's been downloaded by over 10
Okay po. So, that is tapping. So, any more questions? Okay, let's go back to the lecture. Okay. From the video presentation, I think it is very clear na na-discuss ni na Miss Pedragosa. So, yun yung last video presentation output ng last batch, yung 2022, 2023. So, that is one of the best presentations na na-record. Ano? So, next year, yung inyong mga output naman yung ipe-play ko sa next batches. Ano? Kaya, I'm expecting na sana mas maganda. Ano? Okay, dun sa presentation, na-discuss yung tips and procedures on how to use taps. And also, na-discuss dun yung mga uri ng tatlong taps. So, meron tayong initial, secondary, and final tap. And then, na-discuss din dun yung paggamit ng taps and die, technique, etc. So, if we will explain again, so yung procedure natin is syempre we will mount on the drill press and then ipoposition natin yung ating materials and then we will use such as threading dies. Yan, pinakita rin din sa video presentations kung paano siya gamitin. And then, ang pinaka-concern lang naman natin pag gumagamit tayo ng taps and die is ma-assure natin na yung ginagawa nating butas ay tuwid. Ano? So, alangan naman yung ginagawa nating butas tabingi. Siyempre, yung tornilyo pag ipinasok, di tatabingi din. Okay? And then, yung threading with the hand die, working steps, na-discuss na rin siya sa video presentations. Okay? So, after that, tapping, may questions pala kayo sa tapping. Clarifications. Nico, baka may questions or clarifications? Wala.
Po, sir.
Okay. Cleared na ang tapping? Cleared? Okay na. Sige. We will now proceed with the next topic which is boring. Okay. Yan yung pagka tinatamad ka na, wala ka ng gana, tapos parang hindi maganda, boring. Joke lang. Okay. Literally, pag sinabi nating boring, it is throwing or enlarging hole by means of a single point cutting tool. Ibig sabihin, meron na tayong existing hole or drilled holes. Ang gagawin lang natin is papalakihin. Okay? Kaya pag pinaulit-ulit mong pasukan, ang tawag na doon ay boring. Okay? So, meron tayong existing hole and then, yung surface kasi minsan, halimbawa, nagka-crack. Nagkasira yung cylinder. Okay? So, ang ginagawa, nire-rebore. Ang tawag dun sa pagre-rebore, ang process ay boring. Okay? And then, yung sunod, yung tawag natin spot facing. Yun naman yung smoothing and squaring surface around the hole to provide seat for head of cap screw or nut. Okay? Boring bar fitted with double-edged cutting tool and pilot section on end to fit into existing hole. Okay? So, para mas malinawan tayo, again, meron ditong video presentations, yung batch 2023-2024 IE. So, I will play again. So, doon tayo sa sariling atin. Huwag na yung mga presentation pa ng ibang banyaga. Boring. Ano po meron dito?
High cholesterol? Drink Del Monte Heart Smart with Red.
Okay, so nating skip yung joke. Eto na, wait lang audio po. May audio. May audio po. Meron.
So hi guys, nandito tayo ngayon sa pathway ng aming school. Pakita mo yung pathway ng aming school.
Hi guys, nandito kami sa harapan ng Shaka Building. Kami, mamaya magkaklase. Pero dahil vacant pa namin, nandito ako ngayon nakatayo. At kung gusto niyo makita yung loob ng Shaka Building, tara, samahan ako. Pupunta tayo ngayon sa canteen. Bibili tayo ng maiinom. Kaya naglalakad ako. Galing ako sa Shaka Building, sa canteen. Bumili ako ng maiinom kasi naon ako. Sobrang init. Tapos kanina pa ako naglilibot dito sa campus. Ayan, naghanap pa rin ako ng matatambay kasi wala pa rin akong nakakita. Sige, mamaya na lang guys pag may nahanap na akong tambay. Ay, nakahanap na ako ng magandang tatambayan na walang tao. So, yan. Ito muna tayo, pansamantagan. Dahil dito pa naman. So, hi guys, nandito pa rin ako sa nahanap ng tambayan. Nakala ko ito na yung best tambayan. Kaso, sobrang init ng aking inupan kaya hanggang makatagal dito. So, ngayon, ang gawin na lang natin ay hanapin yung nawawala kong friend. Yan, nawawala akong friend. Hanapin natin si Andre Villegas kasi kanina ko pa siyang hindi nakakasama kasi nga nauna siyang pumasok sa akin, hindi kami nagkasabay. So, ngayon hanapin natin. Hey! Hi, Dre! Yan. Hi ka muna sa aking vlog.
Hi guys!
Anong ginagawa mo dito?
Ala, kanina pa nga ako nandini. Wala akong magawa. Sa tagal ng vacant. 3 oras ba naman? Nakaka-boring na.
Boring? Ano magawa?
Wala akong magawa.
Kaya ka nakatambay dito?
Kanina pa ako nakatambay. Wala.
Sure ka? Wala kang magawa?
Tapos na finals. Tapos na mga final projects. Sino pa ba kayo papasa?
Di. Meron pa tayong hindi nagagawa. Meron pa. Napakamakalimutin naman
Tapos
talaga
na
na
tayo sa
aking friend.
IMP. Mga toolbox. Mga final project na papers.
Singit mo na. Kung ano pa yung hindi natin nagagawa. Topic mo yun eh.
Ano ang topic natin?
Sabi ko sa inyo eh. Itong friend ko talagang ito makakalimutin. Pati topic kinakalimutan. Pati gawain nakakalimutan na.
Ano ang topic natin?
Boring sa'yo, di ba?
Ayun nga,
Spot
boring na
facing
ako
sa
ngayon.
akin. Boring ka ngayon? Boring din ako kanina pa, kaya ako naglilibot-libot. At patambay-tambay ka lang. Kesa nag-aksaya tayo ng oras dito sa pagtambay, simulan na natin yung vlog natin.
Ngayon?
Ngayon! Time. Deal! 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 Since sa pagkasunduan na namin umpisahan yung vlog namin,
Yes.
yes, pupunta na kami ngayon sa
Mectec Group.
Let's Go!
Let's go!
Or,
We're here at Mectec Group to officially start our mini vlog about drilling operations.
kung boring ka at naspatan mo na tong video na to, keep on watching!
At alam niyo ba guys, there are many different kind of drilling operations. Pero nakafocus lang tayo sa dalawa. At yun ay ang boring
At spot facing.
Nakikita niyo ba yan? Yung machine. Isa sa mga ginagamit yan para sa boring at spot facing. Ang tawag dyan ay drip press. Yan. May confusion pagdating sa drilling at sa boring dahil yan. Pero, bagamat may confusion doon sa dalawang yan, ay may different purposes naman ng ang bawat isa. Yun nga, ang drilling ay nag-create siya ng hole. Siya yung nag-start para mag-create ng hole sa isang workpiece o sa isang bagay. At ang boring naman, yun yung nag-e-enlarge para nag-e-enlarge ng butas sa isang pre-existing hole. At yun, isa pa ginagamit ang boring para to create a closer depth tolerance at saka higher quality para mag-finish ang isang hole. At yan, ang focus nga natin, pero ang focus natin ngayon ay ang boring.
May dalawang pangunahing uri ng boring operation. Ito ay ang roughing at finishing. Ang roughing ay nagpapalaki ng isang butas sa pamamagitan ng pag-alis ng malaking bahagi ng metal para ihanda ang butas para sa finishing. Ang finishing naman ay ang mas precise na process na gumagamit ng mababaw na lalim ng paggupit para mapabuti at maayos ang finishing surface at accuracy ng isang hole. Gusto niyo pa bang malaman ng isa pang drilling operation? Just keep on watching.
Congratulations dahil lumapit ka sa part na ito. Dahil malalaman mo pa ang another type of drilling operation, which is ang spot facing. Kagaya ng boring na diniscuss kanina ng aking friend, ang spot facing ay isa ding method of modifying an existing hole. Kanina, nalaman nyo kung ano ang meaning at purpose ng boring. Ngayon naman, ang aalamin natin ay ang patungkol sa spot facing. Handa ka na bang malaman kung ano ang spot facing? Atin ang alamin kung ano nga ba ito? A spot facing is an operation of smoothing and squaring the surface around and at the end of a hole. Its main purpose is to produce a smooth, flat, and accurate round surface of an already drilled hole for proper seating of nut or head of cap screw. A spot facing is generally done on castings and forgings. Ibig sabihin, ang spot facing ay isang operation or process ng pagtatanggal ng sufficient material around the hole para makapag-create ng flat surface sa edge ng isang cylindrical workpiece para magkasya yung bolt head or nut or yung head of cap screw. If hindi nyo ma-visualize kung paano ginagawa ang spot facing, here's a short video clip of spot facing.
Spot facing is just cleaning up the top of a hole to let a fastener sit on it. We're going to start with a center drill, and then we'll use a twist drill, and then we'll use our counterboring tool to actually make the spot face. So just a little spot drill with the center drill, follow that with the twist drill, do some peg drilling, make a hole. Spot facing is used a lot of times on casting when the surface is uneven to help the fastener to sit down level on the top of the surface.
Alam nyo ba that the most common way para gawin yung operation na napanood nyo is with the lathe, or also known as the mother of all machines. Ito ang itsura ng lathe machine. It can also be done with the milling machine, which is the appropriate tool for spot facing.
And that's it for this vlog.
I hope you guys learned something. Kapag boring ka, just visit our YouTube channel dahil marami kong mas na video dito na makakapagpatanggal ng pagka-bored mo.
Hindi lang yun, mas marami pa kayong gagawin video about drilling operation. At kung gusto mas marami pang matutunan,
Don't forget to
like,
share,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga videos namin.
thank you all guys for watching.
See you all on our next vlog. Bye!
Okay, so that is the discussion for boring and spot facing. Okay, and my questions, do you have questions or clarifications?
Wala po.
Okay, wala. Okay, so let's continue. If you have no more questions, so we go with sharpening tools. So when we say sharpening, patatalasin. Okay, so pagpapatalas. So for some tools, it is important to keep them sharp at all times. So syempre, sino naman tao ang matutuwa na gumamit ng mapurol, ano? So common tools such as scribers, center punches, chisel, drill bits, tool bits for lat machines need to be sharpened every time you feel that they do not cut well. So one tool for sharpening tools is what we call bench grinder. So bench grinder or pedestal grinder, wait lang. Okay, the bench grinder is used for sharpening of cutting tools and the rough grinding of metal. So because of the work, it is usually held in the hand. So this type of grinding is sometimes called offhand grinding. The next one is the bench grinder is also mounted on the bench. Ibig sabihin, stationary siya, nasa lamesa. Okay? While the pedestal grinder, being larger machine, is fastened to the floor. Both type consist of an electric motor with a coarse abrasive grinding wheel for the fast removal of metal, while other is fine abrasive for finishing grinding. So, di ba nakikita niyo yung dalawang ulo ng bench grinder? Yung isa sobrang pino, yung isa naman ay sobrang talas. So, yung isa for finishing, yung isa naman ay for sharpening. Okay pa? Nakuha po ba yon? So, the grinding wheels are normally made of aluminum oxide or silicon carbide. Aluminum carbide is used to grind high tensile strength materials, while the silicon carbide is used to grind low tensile strength materials. So, let us first discuss the parts of a grinder. Okay. So, we have the wheel guards from the word itself, wheel guard. The wheel guards give the necessary protection while grinding. And then we have the tool rest. Okay, ito. The tool rest provide a rest for either the work of hands while grinding. And then yung ating eye shield is an additional protection for the eyes and should be used. And then ito naman yung ating motor. So syempre ito yung nagdadrive para umikot. And then we have the grinding wheel. Next, redressing the grinding wheels. When grinding wheel it is used, several things can happen to it. Una, grooves become worn in the face of the wheel. The abrasive grains will lose its cutting action. Small metal particles embed themselves in the wheel, causing it to become loaded or clogged. Use from time to time a disc type dresser or a dressing stone to remove the grooves and the metal particles. So this will also resharpen the abrasive grains. Okay, so what are the safety precautionary measures when we use bench grinder? Of course, we have stand to one side, out of line of wheel when starting it up. The face of the wheel must be flat and free from grooves. Work should be feed slowly and gradually. Hindi pwedeng dalas-dalas. Dapat ay dahan-dahan lang. Slowly but surely. Kasi syempre moving object. Kasi pagka nagkamali ka, pwedeng maputol ang daliri mo kaya masugatan. So make sure that the tool rest is only 1/8 inch from face of the wheel. So do not set tool rest while the machine is in motion. Use face of wheel only unless it is designed for grinding on the side. Otherwise, side pressure may break the wheel. Use the entire face of the wheel to avoid grooving. Stop wheel if it chatters or vibrates accidentally or vibrates excessively. All wheels should be tested for soundness. Hold the job against the wheel firmly so that it will not slip out of the hand and cause hand fingers to come in contact to the wheel. Use clamp of other holding devices for holding short pieces. And always use face shield. Laging dapat may face shields or goggles. Even if grinder is provided with protective glass shields. Okay, so ito yung tinatawag nating pag-sharpen ng scriber and center punch. As you can see in the picture, yan, scriber and center punch should be ground in the position as shown beside. Use the tool rest to rest your hands while bringing the tool in the right position. Rotate the tool while grinding. Pull the tool down from time to time and do not overheat the metal. Sa pagpapatalas naman ng chisel, as you can see in the picture, ganyan, yung talim ang itinatama. Tapos nandito sa may tool rest dapat kayo, So, chisels should be ground in the position as shown. Use the tool rest to rest your hands while bringing the tool in the right position. Ito yung right, ito yung wrong. Ito yung right, sorry. Ito yung mga wrong. So, tabi-tabi niya ang pagkakahasa. Use the whole grinding wheel while grinding. Move with the tool regularly from left to right, side and back. So, cool the tool down from time to time and do not overheat the metal and grind the chisel point parallel and straight. Okay? So, yun yung sa bench grinder. So, let's have a video presentation again. Wait lang.
Cadbury Dairy Milk Bites. Treat yourself with Cadbury Dairy Milk Bites. Try them all.
What's up, mga katanggol? Wala na naman akong magawa. Makapaglibot na nga lang dito sa school namin.
A few moments later.
Uy, Sol, MJ. Ano ginagawa niyo dyan?
Nag-aaralan namin ng bench grinder.
Uy, mukhang interesting yan ah. Pwede ba akong sumama dyan?
Sige.
Para mas malinawan ka, punta tayo sa workshop ni Sir Brian.
Yan ba yung bench grinder?
Oo, ito ang bench grinder. Ito ay ginagamit para sa paghahasa at pagpapakinis ng mga surface.
Ano mga nakakabit dyan? Pwede di bang isa-isahin sa akin ang parts and functions nyan?
Sige.
Pero bago ang lahat, tayo muna magsuot ng safety gloves.
At tanggalin ang mga accessories.
Ugaliin magsuot ng mga ganitong protective gear para makaiwas tayo sa kung ano bang mga masamang pangyayari habang gumagawa sa isang workshop. So, bala from curious ka kung ano bang ginagawa ng bawat parte ng isang bench grinder? Andito kami ni Sol Kyoko para ituro sa iyo kung ano ba ang bawat function ng bawat parte ng isang bench grinder. So, una sa lahat, ito ang grinding wheel. I-skis ang kung anumang bagay na gusto mong patalasin o pakinisin. Tapos, ito naman ang tool rest.
Adjusting it slightly and getting down low and taking a look. You want the wheel to hit the bevel about halfway along its length. What you can do is slide it up to the wheel when you think you're close and rub it back and forth.
Saan? Dito mo ipapatong habang nag-grind ka sa grinding wheel ang isang bagay na gusto mong patalasin o pakinisin. Ganyan, ganito ang itsura kung sakali mang magpapakinis ka or magpapatalas ng isang bagay.
Ito naman ang wheel guard. Patong ka dito. Ito naman ang ginagamit na protection habang tayo ay nag-grind ng mga bagay-bagay. At meron pang isa, ang eye shield. Pero dahil wala dito, lilipat tayo sa isang pang-grinder.
Uy guys, ano naman yan?
Ito naman ang mas maliit na bench grinder.
Ang bench grinder ay pwede ring tawagin bilang pedestal grinder. Ang bench grinder ay karaniwang may dalawang grinding wheels. Ang isa ay ginagamit para sa paghuhugis ng isang bagay o tawag na rough shaping, samantalang ang pangalawang wheel ay para sa maselang paghahasa o fine sharpening. Pag-iisa ang grinding wheel, ito ay para lamang sa paghahasa ng maliliit na tools.
Isa lang ang grinding wheel nito. At ito ay merong eye shield. Ito ay nagsisilbing protection sa muka o kaya sa mata habang tayo nag-grind.
At iyon na ang lahat ng parts ng bench grinder.
Oo naman guys, sobrang dami. Salamat. Ayun mga katanggol, natutunan na naman tayo bagong may araw nito. Sa
Okay po, so we will end muna our discussion on bench grinder and we will continue our discussion about pipe fitting on our next online class. Okay po? So kung hindi ko man magawa yung next online class, I think magre-record na lang ulit ako, i-share ko yung link later or mamaya. So for the meantime, I will stop the recording and then I will share the video recordings on 2 lectures for counter boring, counter sinking, reaming yung kaninang umaga, and then ngayong hapon we have tapping, counter spot pacing, and the last part is the bench grinder. Okay po, so we will end muna and then expect the share of the lecture and then I will get your reaction paper for the 2 discussions. Okay po, so thank you very much po and